Hello, doctor.
Hello. How
Hi.
I can help you today?
Well, actually, doctor, these are the mouth ulcers that I've got since last night.
Mhm.
I've had these on and off since I was a child, but in the last few months, um, they happen so often. Um, they usually go away after a few days, but then, yeah, it's this one started last night, and because I have to do a lot of talking, and then this week actually I have a very important meeting I have to speak at.
Mhm.
So I was wondering if you could do something.
Oh, okay. Now I can see you are a bit worried about the ulcer that you're telling me.
Yes, and the speech that I don't want to miss basically is so important to my job. And this is a new job, and I've started 6 months ago, and then yeah, I'm a salesperson. It's very high pressure.
Okay, I see. So you have lots of talks every day. You make this kind of.
Yeah, I
Uh,
talk, but this one is very important because it's a very important meeting I have to go.
okay. So can you tell me more about your general condition? Do you feel anything down or any fever?
Uh, no, I'm fine. Yeah, no, I don't have any problem. No fever.
Recently, if there is any treatment or any medication you have taken.
No, I haven't.
Okay. Okay. Can you tell me if there is anything you were being treated for or follow-ups?
No, I think when I was a child, I had a blood test which was normal, but yeah,
Blood
nothing after
test?
that. Yes, it was a blood test for something to do with what is
Mhm.
that? Autoimmune or something? Yeah, so but it was okay. It was normal.
Okay. Was that the same reason you had
I
the ulcer or anything else?
Yes, I had a few mouth ulcers, and then my doctor at the time said, "Well, I have to do this test," then, but it was okay. It was normal.
Okay, wonderful. And your sugar result or blood sugar test, if
Mm,
there is, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not aware of anything. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, wonderful. So, can I once see your mouse, examine them? If there is any change with your tongue or your mouth area.
Yeah, yeah,
Can you open for me?
yeah.
Okay.
Ah,
Thank you very much. Thank you
okay,
very much. I can see that your your teeth are good. There is no anything that we fear. But these
okay.
are small ulcers, and I can reassure you that we can follow them. If there is anything related with them, we're gonna treat and it will go away.
Yeah, but doctor, it's very uncomfortable when I speak, when I eat or
Uh-huh.
drink, and I
Hmm.
have this very important meeting, and then well, this might actually affect my job. So, is there anything we
Okay.
could do to make it better quickly?
Yeah, well, we can. I'm going to check, uh, send you for blood test so that if there is any infection related, we try to resolve and treat that
Okay.
accordingly. But in the meantime, what I advise you that it's good to rinse with warm water and a bit of salt in it.
Okay.
And for more, if you can get the antiseptic gels,
Right.
that would be much better. Do you feel
Okay.
much pain?
Yeah, it's really painful. Is there anything more effective than an antiseptic gel? Because I've used that.
Oh, you're already using that. How long have you been using these things? Using
Okay.
the gel? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've always used them. It's yeah, basically because had these since my childhood. I know
Mm-hmm.
they normally clear in a few days, but yeah, I just wanted something maybe more effective than an antiseptic gel. Um, so, is there anything I could do to stop them from coming back?
Yeah, what we can do is always you have to check with your healthy lifestyle and having the being keeping your eyes on the food that you take, especially spicy foods and sour foods.
Right.
So and having plenty of fluids too. Is that okay?
Yeah. Okay. What
So in the
causes this,
meantime,
doctor?
as most of the time, there could be a related with this bit would be with that of your immunity if it's a bit weakened, especially if you have any stress or anything that might result in infection.
Right.
That could add to the bring it up. But whenever your immune gets stronger, it might go by itself.
Okay.
So the other thing, sorry,
So this means that I have some immunity problem?
but just what I'm trying to explain is that if you have anything stressing, as you said, the work condition is could be that you're
Yeah.
passing, so you might need some rest. And recently, if there is any infection, we have to check on your blood. That
Right.
could be the underlying thing. And the other thing is that you should always check for your food that they are less spicy as possible to avoid those spicy foods and sour foods
Yeah, with
because
it bland, yes.
yeah, and
Uh,
that would be the healthy lifestyle that I advise you to follow on and taking plenty of fluid. Is that okay?
okay, doctor, thank you.
Okay. Do you have anything else that you want? I want you to
No,
check for.
that's, oh no, that's it. Thank you, doctor.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you very
bye.
much. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye. Okay, so yeah, how does that feel?
Mm, I will give that for you because I'm trying to focus on taking the more information from him, but I
Hmm.
didn't think that I achieved that much.
What did you need to, the, so what was your feeling that you felt that you couldn't get enough information?
Mm. It was giving me that it was from childhood. I had the same kind of problem on and off. But if
Hmm.
there is anything underlying, that was my point of focus. But was
Okay,
not was free of anything with his laboratory tests, blood tests.
okay. What
Mm.
did you do well?
Try to check on his expectation. He wants to be free of it
Okay. Uh,
concerning the
so
expectation. Yeah.
you elicited the ice, which was, what was it?
His expectation is so that he would be free of the condition for the ulcer, so that he would have the his recent presentation smooth.
His upcoming
Want to be, yeah.
presentation. Yeah. And what else?
You want a medication, yeah?
Uh,
After
yes, he said I
all
have
the medication.
all the ulcers that hurt, and has a meeting, important meeting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and um, that he wants to, he needs to speak all the time to clients, yeah? And he needs something to help quicker. Okay, so he wanted something to help him more quickly. Okay, so you elicited the ICE, the agenda. What else did you do well?
What else? So this information giving, advice. I just went on advising and follow the things.
Yeah, do you think your consultation was structured?
Not a bit, not that much, I can say.
Okay, so you
Because
could
I was on
have
and off, yeah.
better structure, and you said information gathering wasn't enough. What else? You said that. So we need to talk about rapport. You had good rapport, didn't you?
Better, yeah.
Yep. Okay. So structure, information gathering, information giving. Was your information giving enough or not?
Giving was not enough. That's what I think. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So let's see. Let's say what you did. You first you started to ask questions. What did you ask?
If there is any, and try to elicit if there is any underlying conditions that would bring ulcer.
Okay. So any underlying conditions? Okay.
Any treatment, if he's on.
Any treatment? Okay. Then what else?
He told me more about his stress. That's what I got.
Okay. More about stress. Okay.
That was the.
I mean, how did you ask? Did you said, do you have any underlying conditions? Yes?
No, that's not how I asked him.
So how did you ask?
Do you feel well? Do you have any fever? That's what I asked first. And he told me that he's okay. And
Okay, so you said, do you feel well? And what else? Do you have any health conditions? And what else?
and if there is any follow-ups or anything,
Have you had any
medical
follow-up
concern, yeah.
or medical concerns? Okay. Okay. So, right. And about, did you ask how you treat it?
Pardon? How he treated it?
Yes. Because he said, I've always had it since my childhood. Did you ask how you treat?
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't ask that. That was in my mind, but in between it was interrupting me. I forgot to elicit that. It
Okay.
it comes and goes with at different times, and
And so, could we say, have there been any pattern or
okay.
any specific time, any related food or, okay. Right. So, why do you think you didn't get enough information? What is the answer to do you feel well?
Yeah, he said, I'm okay. I'm doing good. I feel.
Okay. Yes. Do you have
Right.
any health conditions? What is the answer to this one?
He said no. I'm
Mm,
okay. It's
okay.
only the ulcers those are
Okay.
coming and going. In childhood, he had one blood test.
Okay. Have you had
There is
any
no-
follow medical concerns?
He said no.
Okay.
Mm.
So these are yes no questions.
Yeah.
How many open questions did you ask?
Open questions. Really, if I have
Hmm. Okay. So the
maybe with
reason,
the food, the
sorry?
food he's taking, so that he
Hmm.
can explain for me.
Yeah.
Any.
I mean, one of the reasons you didn't get enough information is because you actually didn't give the opportunity to the patient. You started asking closed questions.
Okay.
Okay. So what could you ask instead? What could have you asked?
That's the point for me. I have to think like open question, you mean?
Yes.
Mm.
You can
Maybe
say.
because he is on this kind of problem for a long time, so that he can explain for me why he's having this
Hmm.
condition, what he
Yeah.
would think of it.
Yeah. You could say, could you tell me more
Hmm.
about this?
Okay.
And okay. So it's like an open question. Could you tell me more about it? Yeah, I've had it since I was a child, and then it comes and goes. It's very random. It isn't related to anything. It clears on its own. And yes, I had a blood test which I was told it might be autoimmune, but it was normal. Okay, so a lot of your questions are answered here. And then you say, okay, when this happens, how do you feel? Do you feel you're not well or
Hmm.
anything? And so, no, I feel okay. Do you have any other health conditions or anything? No, I haven't. So first, you have an open question, and you allow the patient to give you as much information as possible, and then you need to be a good listener. You need to listen attentively, and you say, oh, all right, okay, uh-huh, so since childhood, right, okay,
Hmm.
and they're clear on their own, okay, so it takes 2 3 days, right, doesn't it isn't related to any food or anything, okay, right, I got you.
Hmm.
And then you say, okay, then you can summarize here and you can say, all right, so that's what let me see if I can remember. So you've had it since childhood and they come and go randomly, and they're not related to any
Hmm.
specific time or food or anything, and you feel okay in yourself. It's just it gets sore when you speak or drink or eat. Is that right? Yes, it is
Hmm.
right. Okay. So yeah, let's have a look. And yeah, these are aphthous ulcers. These are benign, and this condition is the reason for this condition is not known.
Hmm.
It is believed this could be something to do with immune system or maybe viruses, but we
Hmm.
don't know yet. We're not sure about that. There is no hard evidence. But yeah, it might be related to stress. And as you said, you've had a stressful job in the last
Hmm.
6 months. Okay. Yeah, so in creating a structure,
Hmm.
if you skip your questioning, your open question, so you need to have an open question first,
Hmm.
or open questions, and then you go to closed questions, which are yes, no.
Hmm.
Um, yes, no questions actually stop you and the patient from going any further because it's just very specific information you're mentioning.
Sure. Sure.
You could have asked, okay, could you tell me more? Okay, and what do you do when this happens? Okay.
Hmm. Hmm. So
Uh,
that would be open question.
Yes.
What you do
Yeah.
when that happens?
What do you do when this happens?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how often do you get these? Okay.
Okay. How often? Oh,
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Uh, so, and then you go about underlying conditions. So basically, if somebody has a problem, we need to know where exactly it is,
Sure.
when it happens,
Mm-hmm.
how it happens, and how often, how long it lasts, and what you do for it. And is there anything makes it better or worse?
Mm-hmm.
Or is there something which causes it or helps?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So any problem, basically, we have these questions. Yeah, tell me more. Okay, could you tell me more, please? I say,
Okay.
what do you want to know? Well, okay, just tell me where it happens, when it happens, and how it happens, how often,
Mm-hmm.
and how bad is it, and what do you do to help it or to treat it? Okay, or
Mm-hmm.
what lab tests or what examinations have you had? What have you done in the past? So these are the WH questions
Mm-hmm.
that you can ask about any complaint.
Yeah.
And then after that, you go on with your close questions and say, fill in the blanks if you have any gaps.
Okay.
So this gives you structure.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so, um, what was his agenda? It was, he said he has an important meeting,
Sure.
okay? And he wants to see if he can get to that meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants something to treat him quicker. How much did you talk about something which helps him more quickly?
Oh, what suggest would be antiseptic gel and mouthwash. And in the meantime, if it's painful, you can take anti-pains. That's what I try to.
Okay, so basically, and he said, I've done that. I've always used antiseptic gel. But is there anything that could help me more quickly?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't answer that. Um,
Rather than the anti-pains, I didn't put anything here.
and you said that, okay, I'm going to send some blood tests, request some
Blood
blood tests
test.
for you.
Mm.
Was that something he wanted?
Not actually. That's not.
Yeah, it was your agenda. So you need to explain. You need to explain why you think you need. And he said, "Well, I've had this test before. I've had blood tests before, and they were normal as a
Mm.
child." So
Mm.
that was a cue because the patient didn't say no, but he said, "Well, I've had some tests before, and they were normal. And in fact, what I need now is something to help me get better quicker because I have this important meeting."
Yeah.
And so the patient's agenda wasn't actually addressed, and that's why you feel that it didn't go very well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that was your feeling. You said you felt that it was there was not enough information. Actually, you felt that it wasn't enough. This actually um, didn't convince the patient. Yeah,
Sure. Sure.
because his agenda was something to make him better quicker.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And but you didn't actually address that.
Yeah.
When
So
we're
instead, we talk about the infection come after the result, or you just give them something you think.
sorry, say that again.
So what would be my response in that case? That was his agenda. So he want to be treated early and get back to his work.
Okay, so what is the answer? Is there anything that could help more quickly?
Okay, what I expect is not that like the one he wanted, not quick as he wanted, but we can help him
How?
with the laboratory test. We get if there is any infection, we treat that underlying cause, and with the stress that he's explaining, we're advising him.
Well, we cannot get rid of the stress. It's his job. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So basically, he cannot quit his job. And basically, what we have now is somebody who has an aphthous ulcer, which cannot be treated, but it keeps coming back. You're going to check for background and I mean for underlying causes.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. But what does he want? I have a meeting. I need to speak to clients, and it hurts, and it's very important. It causes me more stress. Well, what can you do? Can you give him something to help with the pain?
With anti-inflammatories or
Mm,
yeah.
okay. So do we use numbing gels,
What's
like
that? Numbing?
anesthetic gels?
Oh, okay.
So there's some anesthetic gels or numbing gels you can use before food. Not very effective, but they might be.
Mm.
Do we use any buccal tablets of steroid tablets?
Steroid, that's what I'm thinking. That
Yeah,
anti-inflammatory. Yeah.
yeah. Some buccal tablets that are dispersible or something they can put in their mouth.
Okay.
Um, Yeah, but obviously they have their own side effects, and we need to
Mm-hmm.
be careful with them. But these are some options. You can say, well, okay, these are the options, but we don't regularly recommend these because they have side effects.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you're telling the patient that I'm going to ask some blood tests. Basically, it means you want something. This is a doctor-centered consultation. You didn't ask the patient, how do you feel about having a blood test? You've had it as a child, but you haven't had anything recent. So shall we
Mm-hmm.
do another one? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we do another blood test just to make sure, just to check how you are now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So basically, yes, we need to remember patient's agenda and address it. And the others, whatever your agenda is, you need to explain and come to an agreement with the patient. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot just simply say, well, I'm going to do this.
Okay.
So action plan?
Yeah. Okay. First thing is more on the information gathering.
Yeah. Open questions,
Open
definitely.
question. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What else?
And structuring would be the other one.
Okay. So how
And
do
then
we?
starting with that. The open question, giving time for the patient to speak,
Okay.
and then followed by closed question.
Okay. It's
And
structuring.
yeah, then addressing the concerns with as to the investigation or managements related with that.
Right. And listen carefully
Mm,
because you again asked me some questions that the patient had already told you.
okay. Maybe I'm thinking to summarize it. That's kind of, it seems like a question. Maybe my word using.
Uh, um, well, when you're summarizing, you shouldn't pause in between. You say, and you need to signpost, okay?
Uh-huh.
You need to say, okay, let me see if I can remember.
And okay.
So you need to signpost so the
Mm-hmm.
patient understands you're not asking questions,
Okay.
okay? Um, so signposting.
Okay.
And okay, there was one more thing. Do you remember?
Uh, it might be about ending the consultation. How to end.
Uh, Doctor versus patient's agenda. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Uh, Address patients
Okay.
and negotiate
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Doctors. Okay. So basically, yeah, you need to address patient's agenda, and then if you have an agenda, you need to explain. You need to say, okay, this is what we can do, and this is not something you came for. Okay, this is signposting we're doing. This is not something you came for, but yeah, how about this? I think it is a good idea if you have a blood test, a more recent blood test, just to double check. What do you feel? What do you think? How do you feel about this? Okay, so you need to check with the patient if they agree to your agenda. Okay, right.
The point is, in the meantime, you told me that you might not finish the task. It's the time which still
It
gets
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as you start chunking and checking, then that's fine. You just need to make sure you start giving information. And if you do a chunking and checking once, that's fine. You've done it. Okay?
Okay. Let me see.